And more than 100 Microsoft employees are protesting the company's relationship with Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE. That's according to the New York Times. The Times reports an open letter was posted on Microsoft's internal message board today. They are asking the company to stop working with ICE, which has a $19.4 million contract with Microsoft. In the letter obtained by the Times, the employees say, quote, "We believe that Microsoft must take an ethical stand and put children and families above profits." Shelters in South Texas. There are 4 such shelters, one of them planned for Houston. Houston's mayor is protesting plans to house up to 240 children in a warehouse previously used for people displaced by Hurricane Harvey.
Meantime, President Trump remains defiant tonight, refusing to end the zero-tolerance policy himself.
The system has been broken for many years, the immigration system.
The president met with congressional Republicans tonight who are seeking a way to defuse the crisis. He told the Republicans he wanted to take care of the kids, but gave no clear vision of how to do that.
The president says he doesn't want a narrow bill to address family separation alone. He will only sign a comprehensive immigration bill that includes the border wall.
He indicated no preference on 2 bills being considered by the U.S. House. One of those bills is favored by conservative Republicans. The bill would give DACA recipients temporary status with no path to citizenship. It would also make drastic cuts to legal immigration and expand enforcement. It would also impose mandatory e-verify requirements to work in the U.S.
The second bill is a compromise bill, which is supported by moderate Republicans. It gives Dreamers a path to citizenship and does not require e-verify to work. So what do both bills have in common? They both fund the border wall and end the diversity visa lottery. Neither bill would prevent family separation.
More than 600 United Methodist clergy and church members have filed a complaint against Attorney General Jeff Sessions. They're bringing church law charges against him for that immigration policy separating kids from their parents. A spokesperson for the Justice Department declined to comment, but tonight the local minister who started the effort is talking to King 5's Natalie Swaby.
The scope and scale and the meanness of what we saw happening and are seeing happening right now was heartbreaking in terms of the complete devaluing of these human beings.
From his home in Kent, Reverend David Wright has been taking in the images.
The ways in which the children are taken from their parents. The audio of the children, hearing the stories of some of the parents who've had their children taken. That's all something that was so violating to those children and to their parents. Taking away basic needs, babies that were still nursing.
He says it's been overwhelming.
This is going to leave scars on those kids and their parents and their families, and that is so inhumane.
Then he heard this defense of the Trump administration's zero-tolerance immigration policy.
Romans 13, to obey the laws of the government because God has ordained the government.
Attorney General Jeff Sessions is a member of a Methodist church in Alabama. Reverend Wright is an ordained elder in the Methodist Church in the Pacific Northwest Conference.
My mind came back to this very obscure, hardly ever used piece of our church rule book, the discipline, that allows Methodists to charge one another.
That's what Wright and others did. He was the chief author of a letter addressed to Sessions' pastors. It calls what's happening child abuse and says we have an ethical obligation to speak boldly when one of our members is engaged in causing significant harm in matters contrary to the discipline on the global stage. More than 600 members of the United Methodist Church, including clergy from across the country, signed the letter.
My ideal dream world is that he would have that change of heart, stop doing those things, and then use his incredible social and political and cultural power to undo the harm where he can.
Wright hopes the words on this page will bring an end to the images he finds heartbreaking. In Kent, Natalie Swaby, King 5 News.
Seattle's Mayor Jenny Durkan will travel to Texas to protest the Trump administration's immigration policy. She's joining a bipartisan delegation from the U.S. Conference of Mayors. Durkan made the announcement this afternoon while speaking at the Seattle Community College's graduation.
No, no, no. It's un-American, it's wrong, we must change it, and we change it because of you. So thank you for what you've done, but thank you more for what you're going to do.
So this trip will not cost taxpayers any money. Durkin is paying for the trip out of her own pocket. King 5's Michael Crow will be on the ground with the mayor in Texas, and we'll have reports beginning tomorrow right here. Meantime, the Northwest Immigrant Rights Project says there are more than 200 asylum seekers being held right now at the federal detention center in SeaTac. It estimates 50 of them are parents whose children have been taken away. Now the group is trying to track down detainees' children and guide them through the asylum process. King 5 has asked the Federal Bureau of Prisons about the conditions and also the numbers of detainees at that facility. So far, we have not gotten a response back. Washington Congresswoman Pramila Jayapal, along with other lawmakers, is calling for a national day of protest coming up on June 30th.
And more than 100 Microsoft employees are protesting the company's relationship with Immigration and Customs Enforcement, or ICE. That's according to the New York Times. The Times reports an open letter was posted on Microsoft's internal message board today. They are asking the company to stop working with ICE, which has a $19.4 million contract with Microsoft. In the letter obtained by the Times, the employees say, quote, "We believe that Microsoft must take an ethical stand and put children and families above profits."